is up, guys? Nintendo here once again. It is time to listen to an old man talk about old video games and even current video games. Let's get straight into it. This is a new pickup video. There were several places that I got pickups from, including a trade night that happened on Saturday, Craigslist pickup, and what was the other one? Oh, there's a random yard sale around the corner from me, and it wasn't really in a yard. It was just this empty parking lot that I guess they rented out or something, and it was huge, and all kinds of stuff, but it was mostly trash. But I did get a few things there, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to get into the, let's do trade night first. So trade night was pretty awesome. It happened last Saturday. I got really loaded. It was at a pizza place, and there was deals to be found everywhere. Games, toys about games. One dude even 3D printed signs like PlayStation signs and Nintendo signs and keychains and all kinds of stuff. People had guides. People had amiibos, there was all kinds of stuff. But, first of all, let's start off with a gift that was given to me, or two gifts that were given to me by my buddy Steve. And it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lunchbox, which this one's in kind of rough shape. I'm going to try to glue this down and flatten it, but it's a really cool picture, so pretty stoked to have that faux show. And then the other one is also a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lunchbox, and I freaking love the art on this one. This one's in pretty damn good shape. Neither has thermos. I don't care. I'm pretty stoked about these. I just started getting a couple of lunchboxes recently. And yeah, it's neat to add to that collection. So thank you so much, Steve. I really do appreciate that. It was good seeing you, man. Okay, so next we got, I remember John saying that, you need a Sega Saturn controller for $5? I was like, yeah, actually I do, because I just picked up a Sega Saturn recently, so that's nice. $5 Sega Saturn controller. You can't go wrong with them apples. Okay, so next we had, this guy had a bunch of these, because apparently somewhere these were on sale for super cheap for a while. Maybe it was GameStop. Metroid Dread Amiibo 2-pack, Samus and Emmy. I got this for $15. He had a bunch of them. Really neat amiibos, and I love Metroid stuff, so yeah, pretty neat pickup, pretty neat find, especially for $15. They don't go for a whole lot online, but I have the feeling they'll probably raise in price at some point, but I don't really care. It's going to stay in the package on my wall. So somebody was selling some guides. There were a lot of guides at this trade night, which is really awesome, and I got two guides, but oddly enough, they're both for games that I've never actually played before or owned before. I think this is a PS2 game. Pretty damn sure, but this is Blade Dancer, Lineage of Light, and yeah, pretty cool guide, so I can add to my guide collection. Yes, part 2 of my guide collection will be coming out somewhat soon, but I figured I'd get these pickups out of the way since I just got them, and there was quite a few of them. And the other one I was actually pretty stoked about because this is on my want list, and that's Shining Force Neo. I suppose that other game's on my want list now too. Yeah, pretty neat. Looks like a pretty nice guide, full color, all that stuff, so pretty sweet. I did get 3 games, and I'm really stoked about all 3 of them. I'm honestly so stoked about all 3 of these. First of all, we've got Blue Dragon Plus on DS. Now, this doesn't have the manual, so that kind of sucks, but it does have the slipcover, which is, I don't really ever see that, so that's pretty neat. And Blue Dragon Plus, if you don't know, Blue Dragon originally was a 360 RPG, and Blue Dragon Plus has, I guess, a bunch of extra stuff in it. I'm not exactly sure what it has that's different, but there's a bunch of mecha robots, and it looks like it's tactical action, maybe. It's isometric view, and I love isometric view, so that's really cool. I am actually very stoked about that. That's been on my want list for a long time. Speaking of on my want list for a very long time, and strange pickup because I don't collect for N64, but I did just buy an N64 recently, so I need some games for it. I'm definitely after a few of them. This is one of the games that I kind of want all the versions of, but I don't have any of them. But Gauntlet Legends, very stoked to have this. I think this was only $20 maybe. But Gauntlet Legends, if you don't know the hack and slash overhead action, it's super fun. Love this stuff. But it's also on Dreamcast, which I believe is the superior version. And then there's a PlayStation version as well, and I think there's something different about that one as well. So I'm kind of after the other 2 versions of that. So pretty neat though. Really glad I got that. Very stoked about this. Last thing from Trade Night. This is just amazing, and it came in its own little case, which is great. But we've got Dragon Warrior Monsters, and it's the first one. I was going to say Kobe's Journey, but that's the second one. But yeah, Dragon Warrior Monsters, if you're not familiar with that franchise, it's basically Pokemon, but for Dragon Warrior fans, and yeah, pretty cool stuff. I've never really played these older ones, so I'm stoked to do that. So thanks everybody for showing up to trade night, really awesome. Good seeing everybody, good time, good fried chicken, shitty fries, yeah, decent beer. Anyways, moving on, we've got some stuff that I got at a really random yard sale, so let's check that stuff out next. Okay, so around the corner for me, there's this big empty lot. It's near like a tiny little strip mall, and it's right around the corner for me, and I was driving by one day and noticed that there was just a bunch of crap out in the middle of this like giant parking lot. Not even a parking lot, it's just gravel. I got out of my car, walked over there. Indeed, it was kind of a yard sale of some kind. I guess they rented out the parking lot? I have no idea, but the only things I found video game related, I saw this sitting on a shelf, and it was Uncharted 3. Drake's Deception, and I was like, yeah, whoopee. There was also a Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City, disc only, and I was like, what do you want for that? And he's like, $1. I was like, oh, alright, I'll pay $1 for that. And then, I was walking by another table of his, and I saw these, and I was like, holy crap, these are really neat, despite them being sports related, but baseball? Tiger Electronic? It's got its tiny little battery cover, and we've got football Tiger Electronic. And I was like, how much do you want for these? And he was like, $1 each. That'll work. No, I have the hiccups. Great, fantastic. Anyways, baseball and football, not really like a huge sports guy, but these are really freaking neat. They're from like 1991, and they're in great shape, so I thought that was pretty cool. $3 on, 4 things. I think that's a win, right? Right? Let me know in the comments. Was that a win? Would you have bought these? Do any of you guys check Craigslist? Is that just me? Am I crazy? I know that site is mostly dead, but I feel like because nobody checks it anymore, and sometimes stuff does get listed, I feel like I score on a lot of stuff because people just don't bother checking anymore, with Mercari and Facebook Marketplace being so prevalent these days. But anyways, I checked Craigslist the other day, and this ad had no pictures. It was in the video game section, and it said something like 6 Sega Genesis games, inbox, and it was like $60, and it listed the games, and I was like, that's a good deal, depending on which of one of these games it was, because there's several. You'll know what I mean here in a second. But yeah, I called up the dude, or no, I didn't call him. Let's be real, I don't call anybody these days, but I hit him up on email. He texted me back, and he was like, yeah, I got this stuff, and I was like, hey, do you have any other stuff? And turns out he had a box of action figures, which I will maybe show sometime on the toy channel? I don't know. I still haven't decided if I should be showing my toys here, or really actually working on the toy channel and be putting stuff on that channel. Let me know in the comments down below if you give a shit either way. So, box of toys, there was some Marvel toys in there, there was a couple G.I. Joes, lots of weapons and accessories for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and just a bunch of really cool stuff. And there was a bunch of Marvel cards, X-Men cards, Spider-Man cards, which is always a plus. There was even a couple holographic cards in there. But there was also the Genesis games, and it wasn't 6 games, it was 7 games, because there was a loose copy of Urban Strike, the sequel to Jungle Strike. This one's only card only, but I didn't even know it was going to be in there, so that's pretty cool. Oh, also he gave me a bunch of VHSs too for free, which I shouldn't have took, honestly, in hindsight, but what am I going to do with VHSs? But there was a couple good movies in there. You're not going to believe this, but I don't have a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog, but I guess I do now. This one has no manual, not the resale version, or not for resale version, but the actual cartridge is in fantastic shape, so that's cool. I stopped collecting Genesis for a while and like totally trimmed down the collection, and I kind of regret it, so I'm getting some back, including Sonic 2, not for resale also, no manual also. Cart on this one's in great shape as well, so Sonic 2, always a good time. Probably not keeping this game, I kind of hate this game, but Green Dog, the Beach Surfer dude, and it's in kind of a shitty case, but it's all there, and it's in good shape on the inside. Got a good cartridge and a nice manual, so yeah, I don't know what I'll do with that one. Maybe trade it to somebody or something. Who the fuck is going to want Green Dog the Surfer, though? You know what I mean? And then we've got Echo the Dolphin. Fun game. Nah, I haven't played it a lot, though. I've only played it a couple times, and I didn't grow up with this shit. So, but complete in box. Great shape. Really good shape. Fun game that I just need to play more. Second to last game, we've got a game that I've never owned before. I've never played this, I have never owned this, and man, these are really dusty, but Kid Chameleon. obviously on Genesis. But yeah, this game looks cool. You get to like do a bunch of different types of characters, I guess, that have different powers. You could be buzzing Microman, hacking maniacs, or jet-powered sky cutter, turd cutter. Yeah, Kid Chameleon, pretty neat. Never owned it, definitely keeping this one. Now, last game, and although it's nothing absolutely stunning, it's the reason I got this lot, because they just listed it as a Shinobi game. Again, this didn't have pictures, it just had these 6 games listed, and it was Revenge of Shinobi, which is probably the best one to get, I think. This is worth like $60, which is what I paid for the entire lot, so hell yeah. But Revenge of Shinobi, this is complete in box, it's in beautiful shape, and I don't think I've ever owned this game, honestly. But yeah, it's in super good shape, so that was badass. You know, I didn't know if it was going to be Shinobi 3 or Shadow Dancer or what, but yeah, Revenge of Shinobi, I think, is the most sought-after one on Genesis. I'm pretty damn sure, but yeah, stoked to own this, stoked to play this. I don't think I've ever played this before, so that be all. Are you ready for more? Ha, matey. I don't know what the fuck that was, but anyways, yep, another pickup video down the tubes. It makes it sound so negative, but you know what I mean. Another pickup video done. There's actually enough for another pickup video that I have coming up, so if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe to this channel, throw this like button a smack in the face, give that smackety smack to the like button, comment down below, what do you think about the toy thing? Should I continue with the toy channel that I never actually upload to, or should I just show my damn toys here? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for coming to Trade Night, everybody that came to Trade Night. If you're watching this, you guys rule. Much love, and keep rocking the retro games. And I sometimes find Neil's there because God damn it. Neil's? Sometimes I find Neil there. Yeah. But what I got was pretty cool. I am way long-winded. Long-winded.